Hi crafters, it's Karen, and I have another project for Diamond Dye's design team. I created another layout, of course, but this is the dye that I used in my layout, and I just love this dye. It's a beautiful flourish. I'm going to leave the link to Diamond Dyes below in the description box. This is one of the new release dyes. And right now there is a special. If you use coupon code ThanksKaren and you spend $25 or more, you will receive, I believe it's 15% off your entire order, but plus you'll receive free shipping. And that free shipping alone is a great savings. So I'll leave that information below. So this is the dye that I used. I really enjoyed working with this particular dye. This is the paper collection that I used. It's from Me and My Big Ideas, and it's a very cool paper stack. I bought it a while ago when it was on clearance at Hobby Lobby. It definitely has a mixed media feel about it. The pages are all set and ready to go, so to speak. I mean, they already have that mixed media feel about them, you know, with the different textures and looks. And so this is the sheet that I used right here. And actually, if I had done nothing to this page, it would have been perfect the way it is with that music paper and the different banner strips and stuff here. So this is the sheet that I did use. So this is my layout. Let me move this out of the way. So this is my layout. This is me and my husband, Joe, when we were on our honeymoon in St. Augustine. And this was a few years ago, I think about 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago. So what I did was I used that sheet that I just showed you from the paper pad, and for the sheet underneath that I layered on top, this sheet is from Basic Gray, and it's just a plain brown lined sheet that actually looks like a notebook paper, but it was the perfect weight and color to layer this sheet on. So the first thing I did was I wanted to try to keep this more on the simple side, I guess, but I had put some gesso on this side of the paper so that I could use my sprays, and I'm still practicing. I still have to learn to control my sprays and this and that, but these are the colors that I used because I wanted to bring out the brown and the blue, the denim in the blue. The whole photo has a blue undertone to it, it seems. So I wanted to bring out the blue and also the browns from the fence and the beach in the background. So I used my Lindy Stamp Gang Dark Chocolate Truffle. I used the Steampunk Sepia from Lindy Stamp Gang. And then I used this blue color. It's called Bell Bottom Jeans, and it's a really sweet blue. Just the perfect color for that denim color. So I did that, and then I used a couple of stencils. I used the Art Is script stencil here and up here, and I also used this stencil, and it's a Prima stencil. It looks like this, and I found it at Hobby Lobby. I think it comes out really sweet, gives a great effect, like kind of, you know, fancy, I guess. I distressed all my edges with the Prima tool and with a couple of the different colors of the Tim Holtz Distress inks, including Walnut Stain and also the Broken China blue color. So I did that. My photo is printed on cardstock, and I used cardboard to layer it. So when I was figuring out my background, I knew that I wanted a line to come along here. So I took a piece of lace from my stash. It's from Hobby Lobby. It looks like this here. And I used those sprays I just shared to alter the color. And I created the line this way. And then I used one of these sprays from Hobby Lobby, and the different stems can be pulled apart like this, you know. So I used that and laid it across this way, and I just started layering, you know, figuring out how I was going to layer my flowers. And then I took the flourish from Diamond Dyes. They look like this when they're cut out. Can you see that? Let me pull it out. They're very dainty, and they're a lot of fun to work with. For a small, dainty little die cut, it gives a great impact. So I had cut out a whole bunch of them here. They're all kind of twisted together, but this is how nice that they cut, if you can see that. They just cut so perfectly. So I had cut some green and some white, and I laid them across here to mingle in between the flowers and the pearls that I had up here and the different ephemera. And I thought it just gave us a real sweet touch. I also added one here on the bottom of my photo with a couple of the I Am Roses flowers there. And I thought that was a great touch as well. So over here I added another piece of lace that I had used the sprays on, and I layered a piece of the Tim Holtz, I believe this is a Muse token, and it says Cherish, and I just tied some twine in there. I layered it on top of a paper doily. Some of the ephemera I used is just, it's just random ephemera from my stash, but this is like a ticket, and it has a postcard marking on it. I used some of this heart trim that I believe I got from Lavish Laces, I'm not sure, but I layered it on top of this trim here as well, and when I show the layout to you closer, you might be able to see it better. And then this is Michael's metal flower here with the I Am Roses in the center. I believe this is a key from Spare Parts. I used a couple of the Recollections doilies that are on sale now at Michael's. I used half of one here and the other half here, along with a little cameo. This hot air balloon is a Hampton art stamp, and I fussy cut it out, and I used my distress inks to distress it. And I used this Melissa Francis pom-pom trim and that same heart trim on top to, you know, decorate it. I added some cheesecloth to act as sort of like the clouds. I didn't do any stamping on the layout. Instead, I used a lot of my basic gray rub-ons. All of the stitch marks that you see here are rub-ons. These stitch marks here, and this grunge piece here and up here, these are all rub-ons. I did some on top of the photo as well, here and up here, and I thought it brought a really sweet effect. The smaller flowers I used are from I Am Roses. The larger flowers are Recollections, and here I just layered a bunch of them together and used a Prima Brad to adhere them. So this, and up here, this piece here is from Suha Fuha. This piece and this piece obviously were one piece, and I sprayed them with the sprays that I shared, and then cut it in half, and I used one here, and I just gathered some string and used a pearl to tie it all off. And over here I did the same thing, except I used some of this twine that I had in my stash, and I used this, it's a Recollections embellishment. It's a bird, a metal bird, like a brass bird, and I just adhered it there. So I thought it came out really sweet. I was really happy that I was able to keep it a little more simple than my past few layouts. I tucked in some of this trim from Hobby Lobby here at the top. It's a tulle ruffled trim, and I put some down here at the bottom as well. So I was really pleased with it. I'll hold the layout so that you could get a better view. And I'll start at the top so you could see some of the texture and the details. And here's the line that I created coming off of my photo. You can see some of that heart lace layered on top of the lace that I had colored. And I just layered about 4 or 5 of these flourish pieces from Diamond Dyes until I got the nice dimensional effect that I got. And then I just gathered my flowers around it. I thought it came out really sweet. And then over here is a little cameo underneath there. And you could see some of the silver peeking out from this spray from Hobby Lobby that I used. This is also a Recollections flower, and I toned it down with gesso and the texture medium from Martha Stewart. And then here's the top, the hot air balloon that I adhered just for fun. This is the piece from Suha Fuha. I really love the texture of that particular type. It's not really rosette, but it's really pretty. And then here's the photo and how I layered with it. I added this huge piece of bling because I needed that light there to draw the attention to the photo. The way the photo came out, it definitely has a blue undertone, and and because I printed it on the cardstock, it just wasn't, you know, it's hard to explain it. I guess it wasn't as bright, and the quality isn't as good. So I wanted something to draw your eye to the photo because the colors are kind of muted. But anyway, that was my thinking for bringing the large bling piece over here to the photo to kind of draw your eye to it. And then underneath I layered some more lace. This is a Recollections flower. I added some of the Martha Stewart texture to it, and to the little green pieces that, you know, wire stems here. And there's the bottom. And there's that cluster. I used this number 2. I think that's a basic gray ephemera piece. And obviously the number 2, you know, for Joe and I. And here's the other piece that I used, and the little metal bird from Michaels. And then over here, and you could see where I tucked a little wooden veneer from Recollections. I had used my shimmers dimensions to paint that, and I just tucked it in there. You know, we're getting married and setting up house together, so that's why I thought to add that. So I thought it came out really sweet. I added some more Suha Fuha trim here, and also a piece of the Tim Holtz film strip ribbon there. So that's my mixed media layout. I just love the way the flourishes kind of stand out, and they're kind of they give it an elegant quality. The flourish die does. It's really pretty. So I'll leave all the information in the description box, and visit Diamond Dyes, and keep an eye out on their YouTube channel so that you'll know when their next release will be coming up. So thanks so much for watching, and I'm sure I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye now.